Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. Guess what today is? It is reading journal day, and I'm so excited to not only share this book with you, but also to just put together my first favorite book spread for this year. I absolutely loved this book. It was amazing, and I'm surprised more people are not talking about it. I used a lot of clip art and clear stickers, and the book is called The Undertaking of Hart and Mercy, and I can't even tell you what genre it is because it is a blend of several, and I'll talk about that more when I get to my thoughts. I found this really cool silhouette of kind of a cowboy and a cowgirl, and it matched the characters for the most part, so I used that. Then I had a Kerri Bradford digital stamp set and used that to spell out the words love and just replaced the O with a skull, which I thought was really cool and really fun. So I love that skull, and I think I got it a couple years ago for clip art for October daily. And I also have from Kerri Bradford's digital stamp set some hearts, and also highly recommend, and then some borders. But first, I am going to go ahead and mess up this silhouette that I have. Somehow it got really crinkled and creased, and I was just going to go with it because you know how that's how I usually am. I just say whatever and let's keep going. I just couldn't because this was the perfect image that I really wanted for my book. So I went ahead and I printed another one, and this time I'm just going to back it on white paper, and that'll make it easier, hopefully. And I also brought in a little bit of yellow from the book cover, and I have Soul Stirring, a little digital stamp, and it's all worthwhile, which I'm going to put down at the bottom. And then the borders that are in the digital stamp set are like a hash mark, and I did that one in blue and then a heart one in pink. So I've got a new copy of the silhouette, and I'm going to go ahead, like I said, put that on paper and go put it over on the right hand corner. And this book has the tropes, I guess, of enemies to lovers and kind of grumpy to sunshine. So it has some great tropes in it, and also a mix of the genres, which I absolutely loved. It's just an outstanding book, and I actually had to wait a few months to get it from the library. I don't know if it was lost or it was really popular. I don't know, but it was worth the wait, and I really loved this story of Hart and Mercy. I am taking those borders and I'm putting them down at the bottom, and then I'll put some up at the top where the book cover is. I also found an image of skeleton hands making a heart, just like the book cover. So I went ahead and layered a digital blue heart underneath that. So I'm just having a lot of fun with the digital stamps this time. And sometimes that's just how it goes. I go where the book cover leads me. Or where the reading journal spread, I guess, leads me. So I took it's all worthwhile, and I split that so the while is on the right and the rest of it's on the left. I decided not to use the heart border as a border. I decided to use it as a 1-inch circle, and I just matted it on some paper, and then I'm going to sprinkle it on the page. I put it over on the left-hand side by the book cover, and the way that I cut it, it kind of doesn't look like a circle anymore, but that's okay. I didn't want to put it on top of the book cover because the book cover is absolutely gorgeous. I did put 2 more on the right-hand side, one up at the top and one down at the bottom. So it's just a really fun mix of different stamps, and, you know, like I said, they're all digital, which is really fun. And I am going to switch up how I lay out my thoughts and my quotes, and I'm very excited about that. The soul stirring is going to go up above the love because I am going to add in a box this year. I really want a box for some different stats, and I will write that out in just a second. I took one of the yellow hearts that I had, and I matted it on paper and then fussy cut it out and put it next to highly recommend. I really wanted that pop of yellow because it's kind of on the book cover. I think the book cover is more a yellow gold, but the yellow will work just fine. It's just a little pop of it. Okay, so this is the box that I want. I think I wound up with 2 inches wide by 1 inch tall. And I want this box so that way I can put the rating, what the book number was out of 100, because I'm hoping to read 100. Usually I set my goal low and just hope I get to 100, but this year I'm getting to 100. So I put my rating and then the book number and also genres. I need to tell Jennifer at Syncopation Design to please make a stamp that says genres and also book number, because those ones I had to write out. So genres: sci-fi, fantasy, paranormal, romance. Like I said, lots of different genres in this book. I rated it 5 stars, obviously. It's a fantastic book. The only thing that I had negative about this book was you were just thrown into this world because it's a fantasy world. You're thrown into it and you just have to know what's going on. Okay, so now I'm going to do the synopsis and my thoughts. So it's different than last year, and I totally got this idea from an amazing journaler, reading journal person. I don't know. But either way, her name is Katie, and she is on Instagram, Katiereadsfiction. I will go ahead and link her in the description box, but that's how she does her journal, thoughts and synopsis, and I really, really loved that. So I'm trying it out this year and see how it goes. Okay, so the synopsis of the book is Hart is a marshal in charge of patrolling Tannera. I think that's how you say it. It's the fantasy world in this book. His job, and he's been doing this job for many years, and he does it despite his loneliness and maybe wanting something different from his life. And then there's Mercy, who winds up running the family's undertaker business, and this guy, Hart, just keeps showing up whenever she just doesn't have time for it. She doesn't want to deal with it. Hart decides to take what's on his mind and write a letter to a friend. He doesn't expect a reply, but somehow he gets one. This begins a friendship between Hart and Mercy, and, it goes from there. Can this friendship continue when they discover who their actual pen pal is? So that's kind of a basic synopsis. And it's really so much more than that because there are so many different layers to this book. There really is. It's a beautiful book. So the first thing I put was, overall, this was an unexpected, incredible book. I love how different it was from so many other books, blending several genres together seamlessly. Takes place in a sci-fi, fantasy, Western world. Totally not something that I would normally enjoy. And I did, like I said, the only thing is you're thrown in, and for me, I had to look up some of the terms and some of the reviews of other people so I could figure out what was going on, just for my sake. But it was totally worth it. A theme in there was death, and I felt that the way it was discussed was a good balance between respecting it, questioning what comes next, and ways to honor our loved ones with rituals after they pass. And I felt like the romance was so beautiful. I love the trope of pen pals only to discover that they're actually enemies, and then now they're pen pals, and I enjoy seeing how they open themselves up to the possibility of a different and maybe better life because they both each wanted a companion to go through life. And another one was loneliness and how, we all really want someone to know us, like deeply know us, not just on paper, but really in person. And those are my thoughts, and I could have done more, but I'm going to move on to the quote, and I only had room for one quote, which was a bummer because there's so many. So I chose, "Everyone knows cuddling gets hot and uncomfortable after 2 minutes," she informed him. "If either of us gets hot, we'll desist and no hard feelings. Deal?" I just love that. Mercy is such to the point, and she's such a strong woman character, and she's just awesome. So is Hart. Both the characters are really lovable, and that was another thing that I kind of said in my thoughts was I just love these characters. They're so special, and it's a book that is definitely going to stay with me. I made the rating a little darker, added 1 yellow heart, and that wraps up this reading journal spread, and I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this come together. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.